Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages who are still sticking around week after week with us. This is episode 6 of the Royal Ramble. And with me today to the diagonally northwestern area, that would be Roger. Welcome back. Missed you last week.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Humble as fuck, I see.
Yes, quite.
And to the diagonally southeastern side of me would be Sean. Welcome back yet again.
As always, it's pretty enjoyable. I don't know. I've lost what I was gonna say.
Batman does that to you. I've noticed.
Sometimes, actually, all the time. I love Batman.
In a completely sexual manner. And of course, I'm your host, Luke, yet again, as always. That hasn't changed. We are here today with a couple of ideas of what we talked about. But first off, Sean, you and I have now, and Jeff, but he's not here this week, have all finished Batman at this point. Did we want to touch off on any remaining things from last week's conversation? Spoiler warning in effect, just in case.
I would have to agree with Kotaku, which doesn't happen very often, in their critique of Batman, that saying that it's a little bloated, and I agree that there's a lot of stuff to do, almost to the point where it's like, what do I do? But I kind of like that when it comes to Batman, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of biased, so they could just remake the same game over and over again, and I would buy it each year. But that's another thing.
Because I am the problem.
But I will agree with them in their statement saying that there's almost to the point where it's too much. It's a little bit bloated and it's kind of feature heavy.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the first game that I've 100%ed. I think ever.
Oh, that's interesting. I would, now that I'm much further and progressed and finished with the game from the last time we all sat down to discuss this, I really happy with the way it ended, and I have 100%ed it as well. I think Jeff also 100%ed it, so we're all completely 100% clear with that now. I liked it. The ending was not. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but it was not quite what I expected. But I kind of was on the right path with my train of thought.
Yeah, it was a bit ambiguous, but I mean, it kind of had to be.
Yeah, definitely. But I'll agree with yours and Kotaku's assessment. It's a little bit bloated, but as you said, it was enjoyable for me, and I definitely went full throttle into that and caught up to you guys amazingly fast since both of you started playing before
you did.
me. So, but enjoyed it, and definitely still a recommendation, and I would actually recommend getting the 100% ending, because I think it's actually worth it compared to where the game sticks you without the 100%.
A little side note for that, I read on various sites that you don't have to have 100%. You just have to have enough of the most wanted side stories done to get the full 3 endings, the full Monty, I guess.
I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I read that I did all the fucking Riddler missions for no reason.
Yeah, that's essentially what I'm saying, is that if you do everything with the exception of like the Riddler challenges, you can still get the full ending.
Yeah, it's a certain very high percentage.
Yeah.
That being said, we're gonna call it the 100% ending because it's basically what it is, and we recommend it, and it is recommended that you get it by all means.
Unless you're on PC.
Do you happen to not to spoil anything? Did you happen to catch Calendar Man in that ending, by the way?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
No, I probably wasn't paying attention to that. No.
He's in the crowd in front of they're in the last scene. You know when the news reporters and stuff are there during
Huh.
the Operation Nightfall or whatever he called it. The Calendar
Yeah.
Man's in the crowd there, as he promised
Huh.
he would be, quote unquote, in Arkham City.
What he would be in? He would be free, is what he was saying.
I'm gonna have to record what just happened there because we finished the heist, but I also blew up what we went to get, so we won and didn't win. Anyway, yeah, I don't want us to. It's a minor spoiler, and we give away the ending of Arkham Knight to anybody who did pay that much attention. So I'm not gonna go into any further detail. But
Hmm.
yeah. Anyway, we didn't come here to talk about Arkham Knight again for an hour and a half. You probably got enough about that last week. Actually,
I
Sean,
just want to know before we get off the topic what
Okay.
y'all thought of it getting pulled.
from Steam.
Yeah.
Sean,
I
you,
thought it was the right call. I
It-
definitely thought it was the right call. If it's an inferior product,
So are you
then
willing to
should
say-
it should. Go ahead.
Are you willing to say that the refund system is good?
For
Oh, we're
definitely for
calling back to-
situations.
Yeah,
the
calling back
first
to
week of
previous
the
episodes
podcast.
when everyone was like, I don't know. Because you know what, with other shit games, they never get pulled off Steam. Broken games don't get pulled off Steam. But I bet you if they
Definitely
saw like so many
for
returns,
situations like this, yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, they probably got so many returns they had no choice but to take it off.
I wonder if Mortal Kombat 10 was in danger of that as well with its situation after the refund.
They got patched pretty quickly. From my understanding, there was a patch for Arkham, it just didn't work. It didn't fix
Yeah,
everything.
they're still fervently working on it, and it's so much so that they actually brought in Rocksteady to take care of it, since I guess a lot of the the aftermarket developing for the PC went to Warner Brothers Montreal.
Oh, well, that would explain quite a bit.
They're known for killer
Not
instinct.
to
and-
say not to be that guy, but for once for once in my life, I am one of the exceptions. I have not really had any issues with
Yeah,
my
I was
PC
gonna- I was gonna-
version.
I was going to ask that, but apparently, yeah, you haven't seemed to have had any issues whatsoever with the game.
And from what I've read, there's actually a large number of people out there that are still able to play it on PC, but there's just a larger percentage of people that had issues.
From what I understand, it's a lot of it's very heavily tied to frame rates. So anybody who was playing, unless you locked your frame rate at a lower frame rate and adjusted like VSync and shit, there was a lot of issues with that you were running the chance of having. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here.
A lot of problems I read with people who didn't have NVIDIA GPUs, because it's a heavily the game runs heavily on NVIDIA frameworks, because there's a lot of
Stop punching
what's the
thugs
one
for a
I'm looking for?
second to finish your sentence.
No, I'm watching the city right now. I'm
Okay.
perched. The systems they have in place only work with NVIDIA cards, like the paper moving and the extra smoke for the tires, and
Yeah.
GameWorks is the word I was looking for. I think NVIDIA GameWorks is the system.
Okay.
And if you have a Radeon card, which some people do, you really
it's
don't
a
get.
thing.
Yeah,
It
you don't get.
happens.
Radeon makes pretty decent cards too. You can't really get any of that, and so some of the problems come from people just not having the correct GPU, because the developers kind of decided to go one way with it. So
Well, I
I
mean,
mean that's part of the problem.
fair enough, but that's kind of been a thing for a long time, to be fair. But
Yeah. Same thing happened with The Witcher.
it wasn't
they had
witchy
their-
enough.
Yeah. The some of the game has it's a NVIDIA heavy game too, because
Oh,
they have Hairworks. TM Hairworks.
I know a lot of people just turn that shit right the hell off.
Not me, dude. My system fucking runs it like a fucking beast.
Hey, why don't you share some of that wealth, bro?
Can't do it.
maybe they're born with it. Maybe it's Hairworks. You don't know.
Yeah, something like that. There you go.
Even in the pause menu, his hair is moving, which is fucking strange.
God, that's gorgeous. um, so yeah, Arkham Knight still a high recommendation. We do believe that the right move was made by pulling it off of Steam until they can fix that shit. Um, Roger has reached the nuclear throne finally.
Thank God. It took 30 hours, but I did.
30 hours and you reached the nuclear throne.
Yeah. Didn't loop, but I made it there.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, all that aside, Sean, you brought up an interesting point, which was what we really wanted to talk about today. This is the first game you said you've 100% completed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the idea right here that I wanted to talk about. Was this 100% completion is probably not a big thing for really any of us, barring a few exceptions. So, just kind of wanted to open the table up here and see everybody's thoughts. Maybe some games that me and Roger have completed, since Sean's list is exceedingly short.
Well, I've gotten pretty close, which is one of the topics we have.
I thought you had 100%ed, at least by way of achievements, Resident Evil 5 with me.
No, I was so close. I was one figure. I was
Fuck this
I was
Bloodbank.
the Wesker transformed figure. That was the only one I needed.
Oh, yeah.
Away from getting
Okay.
it, and then I ended up transferring my data to a new hard drive,
And
a
it
bigger
erased
hard
your
drive,
save file.
and yeah, I ended up losing all my data, like
I remember that.
everything.
You remember I played that fucking game so long, even though I wasn't like the biggest fan of it, that I had 2 sets of infinite ammo guns for every gun.
Yeah, I remember you talking
I
about that.
spent way too much fucking time playing that game. But hey, whatever.
It's a great game.
So it
was a great game. Man.
It was a solid action game,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
and it gave us one of our best ever inside jokes. But that's a story for another day. Roger, how about since I've just went ahead and shared with the folks at home a game I happen to have finished off, and when I say 100%ed Resident Evil 5, that was before any additional DLC and additional achievements, so vanilla
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5, I guess. I did everything in that. Roger, how about you give us a game that you've 100%ed in your
Game
lifetime?
that I 100%ed. I
I'm
don't know
assuming
why.
you've done at least one.
Ever? For some reason, Conquer's Bad Fur Day comes to mind.
What, did you go
Within 64.
everything in it? Like,
hmm
wow.
Yeah, because that was back when, I was, I don't know, I was fucking young. I don't remember the age, but you had a game, you had a cartridge game, and you wasn't really multiplayer unless your friend came over, so you'd play the fuck out of
You
it.
burn that shit out.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
play the fuck out of it. Even like you'd beat it, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna beat it again, and like you'd play it over and over and
From
over
different
again.
angles, again and again and again.
Pretty much. Like, I mean, you remember having like, Sega Genesis 64, you'd beat a game and be like, I'm gonna beat
What
it
do you mean
again.
remember having? Most of mine are still plugged in.
Oh, when you played them regularly, and that was what you had, and you're cool
What
because you
makes you
had a
think I
Nintendo.
don't play them regularly?
Oh
I'm
my
not
god!
cool.
All right,
Whatever,
All right,
God
Jesus.
damn it.
I get it though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was never one for those collectathon games. Conquer, DK64,
Speaking of collecting, real quick,
Banjo-Kazooie.
prayer card, or White Pony?
Prayer card, man. Is that even a question?
Oh, you're talking about fucking Nuclear
Isaac.
Throne.
Isaac.
No, I
Oh,
was like,
Isaac. Oh, okay.
fucking savage.
You fucking mongoloid.
Sorry, I don't play your niche title.
I would say Isaac
niche
is
within
not,
niche.
I would say Isaac is not.
I would not call
Niche.
Isaac niche at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only on like all the fucking consoles now.
Yeah,
but
it's only
at
one
one
of
time.
the biggest indie games of all time.
Oh, sorry, you guys played it before it was cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Fucking hipsters.
As I mentioned last week, for me, I've 100%ed Arkham Asylum, City, and Night. I didn't play Origins because Origins was garbage. It's trash.
Well,
it belongs in the trash.
We'll agree to disagree, but fair enough.
It
Your
wasn't
opinion is
garbage, but it wasn't near the quality of the rest of the series. Can we?
We'll
can we
agree.
on that?
Fuck you. Like,
noted.
Can we agree on that, Sean?
Yeah, we can agree on that.
Okay. And therefore, I didn't feel the need to play it.
It was the lesser of the Arkham titles. Yes, you are correct.
But I mean, when you're up against platinum, if you ain't, studding it with diamonds when you throw it out, you ain't gonna make it.
What about platinum dog tags?
Oh my god. What was that from? Oh, Def Jam, that's right.
Fight for New York. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another good game. I'm trying to think outside of the Batman games, Resident Evil, what else I've 100%ed.
Ooh.
I think the closest I've ever gotten, the two games I've gotten close with, other than Resident Evil, would be, and this will probably surprise you, is Oblivion. I think I got like because 1,000 points was the max back in the day.
What about
I
all
think
side
I'd got
quests, though?
I'd got like 800 fucking gamer points, so I was so close. And Assassin's Creed, the first one for
Ugh.
360, I had like 900 achievement points. So
You
I
couldn't
was
have
so
chosen
close.
one of the better Assassin's Creeds? You had to
Well,
do
I'm
one-
just giving you games that I've gotten close with. That's all. Excuse me
trying,
that it doesn't meet your fucking
Why didn't you
high
just tell
standards.
me you 100% of Resident Evil Gun Survivor?
That was a pretty bad game. I never
Yeah, it
played it. I
was.
just heard bad things.
Oh, it was fucking awful. I did play it, and you didn't miss out on anything.
Back to deniability there. You're like, I did not inhale. Like, that's how you sound. I didn't actually play it. I watched it. I did not inhale.
Things like that. What about you, Roger? What else would you say that you've most likely completed in your fragile
else?
memory?
Man, like, my horrible memory. Speaking of, I did not inhale. My memory is so bad. Games that God, they're all like Nintendo 64 and like Sega Genesis games that you kind of like, I have to finish this because it cost me a lot of money and I can't get another game for like 6 months. So,
Like Jet Force Gemini.
see, I never played Jet Force Gemini.
Which is in the rare pack, right? I never played it either, so that
Yeah,
should be
it's-
fun for
It
me.
is
Like-
in the rare replay.
The next thing to come to mind was like Pokemon Snap, honestly.
That's another one that I finished as well, and I had a near top score Mew picture in that too, which is a bitch to do.
That was actually a really fun game. I mean, it was
Like-
pretty one-dimensional and just I want to say almost a one and done. The only reason I can't say that is because, like you said, there's special things you can do without knowing right away, like
Yeah.
throwing the apples to get the Gyarados to come through the waterfall, and
But-
like you
but
said,
it-
the Mew.
There is some stuff to it, but it definitely was still a basic bitch. That's true.
A basic
Yeah, but-
bitch. I like that. I'm gonna be using that later.
That game was just a lot of fun to play. I can't explain why. It was so freaking one-dimensional, man.
To further iterate the basic bitch comment, it was stupid, but it was a lot of fun. Like, you know.
Did you guys ever 100% any of the Zelda games?
No,
Ocarina of Time.
I never even got close with those, man.
I remember going to Toys R Us on the bus to go look at the guide because I didn't want to buy it and memorize it so I can get all the fucking Skulltulas. Like, I remember that distinctly.
That was the only thing I never did in Ocarina was I never did get all the Skulltulas.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time, I think, was the only Zelda game I ever got really close to giving a shit about, because I think I had got, with the Skulltulas, I think I had freed all of the kids, but not the dad, because the dad you needed every
You
single
needed
one,
all
right?
All 100 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids you just needed like 10 apiece, I
Actually,
think.
to be fair, I didn't get all the heart pieces either, because some of that shit was a bitch to get. But everything else
I might have got all the heart pieces, because I think I had the Versus guide at the time.
That would
I
make
might have-
sense.
I might have got the heart pieces.
You would have a versus guide.
Well, I got it for Christmas, man, and my mom always got me like the game,
Mhm.
and then the strategy guide to go with it. Because at the back in the day, the game stores always pushed. Well, if you buy the strategy guide, you get it for 20% off.
Hmm.
I'd like to
That's
see a fucking GameStop push a strategy guide today.
And your mother doesn't have to worry
Whoa,
about
we were
not being able to use
selling-
the phone because they're on the internet.
We were selling the
Yes.
Witcher strategy guide when The Witcher 3 came out at Target. We were giving the guide away with the game. Like
No
if you bought
shit.
a copy of the Witcher 3, you got the guide free.
Somebody
I'd
please
almost-
buy these.
I'd almost get that only because just to keep me from having to go back and forth to the internet. I would almost use the guide.
Just to keep me off Reddit. I would love to have that.
Something like that. God, I'm trying to think if there's what other games I've like 100%ed. Ooh, that is not a long list, to be
Take
honest.
your time.
Like, it also, like, the meaning of 100%, like, are we talking all achievements, or are we talking, like,
Everything.
okay, then, to be fair, I actually probably haven't 100%ed any Arkham game all the way, because I didn't do all the challenge stuff in any of them. I did, the
Um,
side quest and story stuff, but I didn't do all the challenge, maps and stuff in any of them.
well, that's kind of an asterisk though, man, because that's like
That's
outside the
why I
main
was
game.
asking.
Yeah.
Because I could say I 100%ed Castlevania Harmony of Despair because I have all the achievements, but I really only got all the items for Soma. I didn't get them for everybody else.
Well, nobody else matters other than maybe Alucard.
It's Alucard.
That's what I said.
Okay, just making sure. That's a tough one, because I didn't get all the gifts, all the royal presents, and all the cousins in Katamari Damacy.
Nick.
What?
No, I don't know why. For some reason, I just thought like instead of calling you Luke, I called you Nick. I've been awake for a long time. I was gonna be like Luke gets all the cousins, and I was like Nick came out. It was weird.
You need to stop watching NL so much, bro.
I know. I need to fucking get some sleep too.
Eventually, after we're done here.
Don't you guys work in the same store?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it
Well,
sounds like you're talking about like you live in like another state or something.
Well, he probably did the morning shift in grocery and was there up until like an hour ago. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it can be a long shift, trust me. Um, so is there any game that, since we're kind of like stuck on the actual finishing them 100%, is there any game that you wish you'd finished 100%? Maybe there was a cool collectible or reward or just a better ending or something that you missed that you would have liked to have gotten.
Probably like any of the Silent Hills, because I didn't really give a shit after I beat it the first time.
the
True.
Resident Evil game, like the first Resident Evil, like just finishing it.
You never finished it?
I didn't own it. My buddy owned it.
Uh,
I was one of those. You go to your friend's house, you're like, yeah, I want to play this.
To be fair, that
Hmm.
I did a lot of that too, but yeah.
That's fair.
You know, so I never got to actually finish it. I got to play a fuck ton of it.
How
but
far did you get?
I don't remember. Like it's so long, man. Dude, I'm 27 now. Like that's been a long time.
Well, now you know what you can do is you can buy the remix
The HD.
remastered.
Yeah,
What is it? What is it called?
the
They got a
remake. The
they got a
remake.
stupid name. They got a is it RE make? Is
Yeah,
that
it's capital
yeah.
RE make the
then-
remake.
Fatal Frame. I wish I finished Fatal Frame.
I have all of those, dude.
That's a pretty great game.
Yeah,
Pretty fucking great game.
yeah. I was too much of a bitch to finish it.
Anytime you want to play them, man, I got them all.
What is that? Oh, he lives by you. That's right. Or he lives in your area. Yeah.
He's like
I was
20
like, what is that?
He's like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah. What was that question, Sean? What?
I was like, why would he? I keep forgetting you guys live in the same fucking state.
Yeah.
It helps.
Unlike your bitch ass.
I don't think that
Sean,
was warranted, but
what
whatever.
about you? Anything you wish you would have 100%ed?
Like I was saying, like probably Silent Hill 2, because I only did one of the endings.
Which ending did you get on that, speaking of which?
The water ending.
God, is that the same ending everybody fucking got on their first playthrough?
Well, I think because everybody just kind of played it, the first playthrough, they just kind of played it like a fresh game, like not knowing what to do.
True.
Like when Jeff told me about Downpour, how the best ending you can get is by not killing anybody, and I asked him, I was like, how the fuck do you do that? He's like, you don't kill anybody. I'm like, but I knocked them down. He's like, and do you keep hitting them? I'm like, dude, it's fucking Silent Hill. Of course I keep hitting them.
Well, see, you play it like a game, whereas a lot of other people would play it like, ow, fuck, I just got run over by a car. A lot of other people who are familiar with Silent Hill treat it like a game where you don't fight. In fact, if you look at most strategy guides, they'll tell you the best way to get through most, or at least the old school Silent Hill games, is to not fight. So it kind of would come with the territory, so to speak. At least from the developer's point of view, it kind of.
No, I can understand that for holding on to items, for preserving ammo and integrity of your melee weapons. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Something like that. Anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, that's the canonical ending, technically, right?
I'm not sure. I know it
I
was for me it was the best game in the series, but I couldn't tell you what the
I
endings.
think the in water ending is the canonical one. I could be wrong. There's gonna be one guy who just out of nowhere decides this is the episode of our cast he's gonna listen to and be like, no,
That's when he
actually, the
drives.
canonical ending is.
That's actually going to be Jeff later on.
Yeah, probably actually.
That's when he drives off the when he reads her letter and then he drives off the cliff
Off
and
the pier,
drowns, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
into the lake.
God.
He never makes it to Silent Hill.
Lake to Lake. No, 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 no. He made it to Silent Hill. He killed himself after his
Oh,
guilt
okay.
after he
Yeah.
realized what he'd done.
So maybe you can shed some light on that.
Okay.
What I remember reading some extra shit about it. It was saying like Pyramid Head and the nurses and the legs stitched together were like his sexual deviancy like manifest more or
Silent
less.
Hill 2 did a really good job of being self-contained because it brought the idea of what most people define Silent Hill as kind of your own personal hell. Um, Pretty much everything into was some form of James testing himself or punishing himself. His like you were saying there, the whole thing with Pyramid Head and like the nurses and Pyramid Head's tendency to rape all the other monsters. Sorry, there's no other word for it. It was like a manifestation of James's repressed sexuality and all that from Mary being sick so long, and he didn't. Come on, he's a dude who didn't get any.
and he kills Maria, or it's been so long since I played it, man.
That's actually kind of dependent on which path you go down.
Oh, well, what was the canon ending? If there was a canon ending,
The canon ending was,
the Nick canon ending.
I believe, the final boss, and the canon ending would have been Maria.
In the hospital, right? In the hospital bed?
Oh, yeah. Well, remember, Maria was his manifestation of Mary and his protectiveness for her. God, I'm gonna get like fucking all the Silent Hill fans are just gonna randomly choose this episode to watch. And be like, no, what it really was a manifestation of this. That fuck y'all. Before you even start, fuck y'all. um. Anyway, and Pyramid Head himself was kind of um his guilt and him punishing himself over killing Mary. If you're talking about the actual tape, what he saw on the tape was him smothering Mary in the hospital. Yes.
Okay.
You need to play that fucking game again.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
it's
maybe.
It's one of those games I almost play annually now. There's a short list of that. Um, but yeah, Silent Hill 2. I kind of wish some of the other Silent Hills I'd gotten finished more of. Most of them I got a few endings, but I didn't get them all yet. Silent Hill 2, I did get all the endings at some point or another. My files, let's just say the file's new now. I've only got like one completion currently. I think I
Isn't there
deleted
an
some stuff.
alien ending and a dog ending?
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
The UFO ending is kind of a tradition in Silent Hill.
Ah.
What I really want 100% thinking about it is Crusader Kings, because I'm a masochist.
Nah,
That
yes.
sounds awesome.
We'll see in about 20 years, Roger.
Yeah.
Actually, one thing I wish I had 100%ed was the original Binding of Isaac. I was one achievement away from finishing it. I needed one item to get Platinum God. It was the left hand. I hadn't beaten Ultra Pride, and I got a new computer and lost my save file. One achievement and one item away, and I wish I had gotten to finish that game, but shit happens. Whew. Man, that pisses me off still.
Yeah, and you can't get it now because the game is in a
I have to
remix
go-
game or something.
Well, no, if I went back, I'd have to play all the way through that game again, which means, okay, I just got run over by my teammates. It would mean starting fresh. I don't know how much Isaac you played or you didn't play, Sean, but essentially, after you beat the initial first boss, or the initial boss, not first boss, but the initial boss of the game,
Oh, fuck.
you fuck, according to Roger. The game extends, and then, the more quote unquote achievements you reach in the game, the more items and bosses and things become unlocked to you. So it's both a roguelike or a roguelite, but it's also progressively gets longer and more options available to you as you play more of the game.
And more difficult.
And more difficult, exactly.
You can play the Eternal version now.
Ugh, shut up. Uh, so anyway, I'd spent 140 something hours by the point that I got there with only one thing left to get, but I needed the item I needed to pick up. Not only did I needed a certain boss that spawned very, very rarely, a secret boss of that, to spawn, and then I needed to beat it. And truth be told, it's a somewhat difficult boss too. So I needed the boss to spawn, I needed to beat it, and then get the item. And now I have to go through all the steps just to unlock the ability to unlock that boss again.
Which boss was it?
Ultra Pride.
He's not that hard.
Well, no, he's not that hard. I only fought him like
Somebody
once.
always says that though. Dude, he's not that hard.
Well, he's not that. He's
in
really
comparison
not,
to the other Isaac bosses.
Yeah, he's really not that hard. I just had only fought him like once, and it was way earlier on when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. That's how rarely he fucking spawns for me.
Yeah, that's like saying oh, the Green Hill boss zone. It's like isn't that hard? No, he's not in Sonic. If you can't get past Green Hills, don't play the game.
It's Green Hill Zone, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be something like conservatively, and not counting the fact that I'm really really rusty on my Isaac play now. I'm probably looking at least another 40-50 hours just to get a good setup going and get the spawn, and plus everything I need to cause the spawn. So it's one of those. Pretty much I gave up on it just because of the amount of effort that would need to go back into doing that.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, but Rebirth I'm going to be putting that kind of effort into when it hits the fucking Xbox One, so I can use my regular controller and my big screen TV here.
That's what I'm playing now.
Yep. I put a few hours, like 8 to 10 hours now I think on Rebirth, and I really really love Rebirth, but I don't have a lot unlocked because I've been waiting for the console version. That's what I'm really going to put my time in on this. And I know there's a bunch of Master Race guys out there listening now that are calling me a plebeian and a mongoloid, and but
well, yeah, because you need like a $2,000 rig to play Isaac.
Yeah, I know. You know it, man. I mean, how could you play Isaac on the your caveman like Xbox One? But actually, I was almost considering upgrading to a new 3DS now that we got confirmed for the U.S. release of the smaller size one. For Isaac on Rebirth on the Go, because I refuse to purchase a Vita.
Speaking of confirmed for release, how about that Digimon game that's coming out now?
That's not the one I wanted, but it's very nice that we're getting that one. It is a good one. And I'm glad that they realize there's still an audience over here for Digimon.
I might actually have to check it out, or at least put it on GameFly.
It's definitely a good one. By all means, don't hesitate. The one I was hoping we were gonna get is for a dead system. That's why we're not gonna get it. So.
What, Vita?
No, for the PSP.
Oh, too bad.
For the anniversary of Digimon, they released a PSP game that basically followed Series 1. You know, Tai, Izzy, Matt.
Who are you explaining this to? Because
the audience at home. I know you know who it is. I'm just
okay.
The audience at home.
Sometimes I forget that there's other people that may or may not be listening.
There's usually about 40 to 50 of them if the YouTube's not lying to me.
If my bots are working.
Yeah, if the bots are working. But yeah, there was a PSP game for the anniversary that basically followed Series 1, and I wanted to play that one because that one looked really good. And unfortunately, it's on a dead system and way past the anniversary, so it's slim to no chance that we're ever going to get that game. But,
fuck, I got a one-up.
But while I say that, there have been stranger things happening this year, such as the never going to happen Final Fantasy VII remake and the Never gonna happen. Shenmue 3 finally coming, and not to mention we got a release of Earthbound Beginnings here in fucking the U.S., which nobody thought was gonna happen.
Never gonna get it.
Yeah, seriously.
Never gonna get it.
Maybe we'll actually get Mother 3 down the road sometime too, but stranger things have happened, but this one's kind of the longest of long shots, if you will.
Mm.
But it definitely, look some shit up on it. I can't. I think it's Digimon. Fuck, I don't even remember the name of the game now.
It's got like a longer name.
No, the one I'm talking about. It's like Digimon
Oh.
Story. I don't fucking remember. You'll know it when you see it. It's the only one that's got like
Digimon.
tying the whole crew on the PS. Well, because there's like 5 PSP games in Japan for Digimon.
In the U.S.
Whatever. Just go eat a dick, all right? Just eat an entire dick. One
I'm
goal.
like, do I get paid?
No, you don't get paid.
No.
Wow, that was wildly off topic there, but I like it. It got me started talking about Digimon. That's a good way to get me like into the comment section on YouTube. Just start talking about Digimon, man. I'll jump into that conversation anytime. Fucking love Digimon.
Where Greymon was a bitch. Anyway.
You're a bitch. It's like when
But he was pretty gay though, dude.
War
Yeah.
Greymon? Are you
I'm trolling you.
okay? That's some Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack right there, man.
That's Big Bang Vegeta's super
I'm
attack.
sorry, I keep getting it backwards. Gold stars to anybody in the comments section who can fucking parse out that reference.
Nice word, parse.
Thank you. You threw me off there. What's a game you guys could never see yourself 100% in? I guess I kind of answered that by saying I can never see myself 100% in the original Isaac now, just because I can't go back and put the time back in to get to where I was.
Candy Crush.
It's kind of cheating, dude. I don't think anybody.
Yeah,
can
it's
see
kinda
themselves
cheating.
100% in Candy Crush.
I would say probably for me Skyrim.
Yeah, that's just a monster of a task to 100%. And to anybody out there who has done that, gotten all the side quests, the unique weapons, all that shit. Bravo to you, man. You are a better man. Or
Fallout.
You are a
or
real American
woman,
hero.
or woman. Yeah. Fight
It's
for the
too
rights
bad we
of every
can't
man.
we can't run like licensed shit because I would have had you like run the
Hogan's entrance theme.
yeah bam 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 yeah
When it comes crashing down.
only like a few seconds
I
of
think
it, but
that's all we can sing without getting content ID'd. So.
I could never finish Fallout 300%.
300%. Excuse me.
100%. Fallout 3. I could never finish
Fallout
it
3
100%.
100%. It's
Yeah.
Fallout 300%. I was like, what the fuck
You're
is that?
stupid for thinking that. You're dumb.
Fuck you.
Why don't you eat all kinds of shit?
Mm.
Just all kinds.
Well, let me give you the reasoning for it.
Okay.
It's called getting burned the fuck out because you did it once already.
Unless
like,
you're-
or you're super close to, but like, your Xbox broke.
Unless you're Charleston, who apparently burnt out 3 Xboxes playing Fallout.
I don't believe him.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe it was 3. I could see 1, but I don't know, man. Dude does love his Fallout, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't 100% it. Like, there's
Yeah,
just so
it's-
much to do.
I
and I feel
couldn't-
like I
There's a
get burned
ton.
out.
I couldn't even complete it.
You did complete it?
No. God, no.
I think I got to Point Lookout. Like I had done all the extra stuff. I got the Game of the Year edition. I had done everything, and then I got to Point Lookout, and then I just lost interest. Like I couldn't tell you why I lost interest, but I just lost interest.
And then you got it on PC, and mods helped bring your interest back.
For some reason, my computer won't play 3. It'll play the shit out of New Vegas,
Well,
but
that's what I
it
meant.
won't launch 3.
Well, that's what I meant, New Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're kind of in the same. Like one of them is a bullet point under Fallout 3. So yeah, that's fair.
I'm sure Obsidian thanks you for calling them a bullet point in all their hard work.
Well, no, because he goes Fallout 3, and then really New Vegas uses the Fallout 3 engine and does everything that it just kind of it. I can't think of what I want
It's
to
the
fucking
Knights
say.
of the Old Republic 2 of Fallout.
Yeah.
It expands upon the original.
including being unfinished.
Yeah.
Oh, it wants me to do something.
So, any other games you guys don't see yourself finishing? That's actually an interesting question. I'm trying to think right now if there's or 100%ing, I should say. Just either so massive or so bad. Like Sean, could you see yourself 100%ing Daikatana?
Just game quality wise, no, I wouldn't be able to do it. I've just there's no reason for me to play that game, and I'm trying to be as kind to it as I can.
It's like you can't even see yourself playing that game, much less completing it, much less 100%ing it.
I just wouldn't get any enjoyment out of playing the game. That's all.
What the?
For me to want to 100% a game, it's got to be a game I can see myself enjoying over a long period of time.
Like The Witcher 3.
Yeah, like a game that everything that I do is enjoyable.
You do it for
Like
you.
like in The
sorry.
Witcher, riding a horse is awesome because you get to see all the hard work that CD Projekt put into their game. The game
Excuse
looks
me.
great.
It's CD Projekt.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh God, I'm
Well-
fucking stupid.
We're in America here, so we pronounce things the
Yeah.
American way.
They're not from America, so their name
Yeah,
is not American.
But they put their games out in America, so fuck you. America's the best.
CD Projekt Red, we actually do really love you, but
Fuck me.
I'd rather not if it's all the same. I mean, all things being
No,
equal.
I used a Yara rune in a shop by accident.
Why the fuck would you use it in a shop?
I was trying to use my prayer card and I just pressed the wrong button because I
Oh
was
my god.
listening to.
That's why we can't have nice things. That and I
God.
just punched out that man.
Sean, you got to play some Rebirth.
You,
That's what Luke keeps saying. He keeps speaking the praises of the game. And I'm not saying it's not a bad game. It just
I'll
doesn't
tell
seem
you
like
what.
something that would really interest me.
we'll make a compromise, and I know you'll get into it when you give it a shot. But we'll make this compromise right here, and we'll hold you to it in front of the 10 people who listen to us regularly.
In front of the person.
Yeah, the person who listens to us regularly.
All our parents.
When it comes out on Xbox One, you pick it up and you play it there.
I could probably do that.
Because I'm pretty sure it might actually have online on Xbox One. I think that was one of the things they were talking about, in which case I could co-op with you.
We got to bring you into, like, the small PC.
I don't even give a
community.
shit if he gets into, like, the smaller PC titles. Isaac is that damn good. I got Jeff to finally dump a whole bunch of hours into it.
Oh, I just want to get him, like, past the playing AAAs. Like,
He's
get him
past playing AAAs, man. Are you kidding me? This dude
Everything I've heard has been like Witcher and Arkham and.
He plays AAAs too.
What are you talking
I
about?
mean-
I know how to play the game.
Okay, how do you play the game?
It's all about the game.
And how you play it?
Yeah, and it may even be about control. And if you can take it.
Yeah. You might be red. Right.
Nice.
I don't know why I said red. I was thinking of CD Projekt Red again.
Just get some Nuclear Throne. Start playing to get
No,
ready for
don't
Enter the
get fuck-
Gungeon. To get ready for Enter the Gungeon, and we can all co-op.
Enter the Gungeon is
Gungeon.
going to be pretty badass. I do
Yeah.
recommend anybody who hasn't looked into that look into Enter the Gungeon. Actually, Roger, I saw a game. If I don't know if you actually looked into it more or not after I told you about it, but it might cause you to actually play your Xbox One for a while.
I don't believe you.
It's called
go on.
It's called Cuphead, and right now
Oh my god, it
it's-
looks so fucking good.
it's an Xbox One exclusive right now.
I know that. I saw that. It's awesome.
Oh
Have you
man,
seen it,
that
Sean?
game looks fucking fantastic. Sean, are you still alive?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Are you familiar with the Cupheads?
Did you ever look up Cuphead after I told you about it?
I don't think that I did.
Oh,
Maybe
look
I
it
did.
up.
That game looks fucking amazing.
Think of all your greatest Disney dreams come to life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
for
old
the-
school, like Disney, like
For those of you who are
What's that?
unaware who are listening, basically Cuphead was shown at E3, and I feel very bad that we didn't mention it on our E3 episode, because really we should have devoted some time to it. It's currently an Xbox One exclusive, and it's kind of like a shooter in the vein of something like Gunstar Heroes or Contra or one of those side-scrolling shooting games. But its entire aesthetic and art style is that of like an old Disney cartoon, like a really old Steamboat Willie era but colorized Disney cartoon, and it looks fan-fucking-tastic. I mean, it was easily one of the best games at that show, and that we should have talked about, and we didn't, unfortunately, earlier. But I'm super excited for that, and I can't wait till there's an actual release date, because that is a game I would consider pre-ordering on the digital release. It looks that good.
Oh.
It
Sorry.
does look
Apparently,
good.
Sean fell asleep from my description.
Apparently, Sean
No, I
gives
was
no
just-
fucks.
I was rising up from my
Back on the
my
streets? Did your time, took your chances?
I am unfamiliar with that song.
It's Eye of the Tiger, you fuckwit.
Oh yeah. So you just pulled. You just went into a random lyric though.
It's the opening lyric!
I don't think it is.
It is! Rising up,
Ah,
back on
see,
the street.
I was thinking of a different part in the song.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you were.
Gotcha. Okay.
Alright, now that we had that little fucking tangent.
So life's
but
all about, man. Tangents.
but
Wild tangents.
Cuphead looks really, really good, and I'm super excited for that whenever it comes out.
Hopefully it never comes out.
Fuck you. If anybody listening or here present for this podcast or in the future is a fan of those side-scrolling shooting games, Metal Slug style stuff,
Oh, I love Metal Slug style stuff. Oh,
then you should definitely check out Cuphead, because it looks just to be one of the best we've seen of that genre.
see, now that you said that, I think I might have
What the
to
fuck?
forego all Metal Slug style shooters now.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking slap you in the teeth. Straight in the teeth. We need to get the
That-
fuck out of here. Oh, fuck. You know, it'd be really great if my team here that I'm playing with could actually survive long enough for us to finish this mission. Because right now they're not doing that at all. Just want to throw that out there. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Roger, speaking of that, was there anything else that we missed that we came across in the weeks after E3 that we should have talked about and we didn't?
In the weeks after E3, Rocket League.
I'm actually unfamiliar with Rocket League, to be 100% honest with you.
Rocket
I don't even know what you
League
just said.
Rocket League is soccer with cars.
That
And
Oh.
sounds
you-
pretty awesome.
That sounds pretty retarded, actually.
It sounds stupid as fuck, but it's awesome.
Sean-
And it makes me want a PS4 because if you have PS Plus, it's free.
Sean, I want to point out that while you're partially right in saying that sounds stupid, not a month ago you and I were playing a soccer game with racial stereotypes and 50-foot jumps.
Yes, that's true. But also in that time period, there was also a game called I can't remember what it was called, but it was WWE, and it had something to do with reckless something.
Oh my god.
And it was about
Twisted Metal?
wrestlers driving cars in a Twisted Metal style racing combat.
Why would
That
you
sounds
remind
amazing.
me of that shit? Ugh.
Because putting things that think people love together is not always a good idea.
Look,
What about chocolate and peanut butter?
Yeah, I said it's not always a good idea. Sometimes it works, like in the situation with Jack X, where they were like, hey, let's take racing and put Jack and Daxter in it. It actually worked to their favor. It worked out.
just give it a try. I'm saying
I'm
that.
not a big fan of
Free-
just throwing a bunch of shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. I
It's-
do not like that style of game
it's-
making.
It's not that. It's awesome.
I just got killed.
Just give it a try.
Son of a bitch.
It's free. Y'all have PlayStations, I believe.
I don't.
I have
Sean.
one.
Well, I have
Yeah.
a PS3.
Sean, just try it out. All right.
Yeah, I have a PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
Hey,
please,
speaking of
Plus.
PlayStation 4 games, downloadable games, Roger, have you tried Helldivers? I heard it's really good.
Helldivers? No, I have not.
Oh man, because I want to get it, but I don't have anybody to play with.
Well,
And
I mean, maybe if it came out on a good system.
well,
Oh,
it's
oh,
it's all relative, but fair enough. Your opinion is noted.
I'm being an ass. There's
it's
nothing
I
all
know.
wrong
relative,
with
but fuck
PS4.
you.
It's all relative, but I'm gonna slit your throat while you sleep.
Because apparently there is friendly fire. I always get confused. It's like inflammable and non-flammable.
How about you explain for the folks at home what Helldivers even is?
It's like a top-down isometric kind of 4-player not shooter, but like a twin stick shooter. Um,
Like Geometry Wars.
Not so much like that. Uh,
Like the
you
bad
play
Contra.
no, you play like a Helldiver, and there's like this giant conquest thing going on, like a persistent conquest thing. Um,
Oh, okay.
So
I
it's a
get.
Boston Isaac.
n n no, stop trying to make everything Isaac. Fuck.
I'm playing it right now. Is the problem?
Um,
Yeah.
you play a unit called a soldier called the Helldiver, which
A
is,
eunuch.
I mean, you guys have seen soldiers like that in movies and games where they get in these pods and they drop down
Oh,
and they go,
like the ODST, the Hell Jumpers.
yeah, almost like that, yeah.
To put it
And
in
like I said,
gaming
it's
context for everybody out there.
yeah, it's a twin stick where you control your character with the left stick and you shoot with the right stick and you choose your direction. But the thing about this one is that there is friendly fire. You can kill your buddies. Your buddies can even die with the pod landing on them. Uh, it's supposed to. I don't know. I've read about it. It's supposed to be really fun.
Roger,
I wanted to give it a try.
that laugh, bro. That laugh.
The laugh that said I was
Reminds
sold
me
on
way
it.
too much of Ron right now. It sounds cool. It's on
Yeah.
PS4 right now.
It's only PS4 right now. Yeah.
Interesting. Starting to see some exclusive indies. That's a turn for the industry. Are we banking on the indie side of things? No, of course not.
No.
By the way, Roger, speaking of indies getting more release, wow, that sounded dirty. Did
That's
you
sweet
hear,
news.
sir, that, what am I trying to say? Don't Starve got an iOS release.
Really?
Yeah. iPad only right now. But it did get an iOS release.
You know, it was like 6 years coming, but it finally happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
Like,
you know, they
it's kind of like
What's that?
Super Meat. A lot of games, like indie games from a while back, are starting to come out on different things. Sort of like
Yeah.
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Super Meat Boy came out a while back, but it's like coming to console. And it's like that's cool.
I
I
was
guess.
saying,
Super Meat Boy was on 360, wasn't it?
yeah, and PS3.
But it's
Among
on.
other
It's gonna
things.
be. It's on the Vita.
Yeah. No, I was saying, Sean, that Don't Starve got an iOS release.
Oh, no shit, huh?
Yeah, iPad only right now, but yeah, Don't Starve did indeed get an iOS release.
It's a good
Oh,
game
yeah.
for that. You know, for touchpad.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
too much
actually not
time
a bad
to do.
choice. Same thing with FTL and its iPad release.
FTL
Oh.
was like is like so perfect for
Yeah.
an iPad or even like a good phone. Like it seems almost
If you
tailor made.
had like a iPhone 6 Plus or a Note 4, FTL would be good on that.
Speaking of iOS releases, Luke, well, actually Roger might have played it too, but the iOS release of XCOM.
Oh yeah, dude, that was really, really good, and surprisingly worked even well even on the phone and not just the pad.
Yeah.
That actually caused me to buy a console copy of XCOM. I enjoyed
it's a great game, yeah.
mobile one so much,
And
which was both a good and bad choice because I beat my head against the wall on Enemy Within for a while and then gave up on it. But I love the
And-
game. Don't get me wrong.
to steal a quote from you, Roger, which I keep saying should be a thing that we do. I watched some E3 footage,
Yeah.
or no, Comic-Con footage. It might have been a Comic-Con for a couple of new units for XCOM 2. Dude, I was so fucking excited. So excited.
Are we talking? Is this the moment where you tell us that your dick was hard enough to cut glass?
Yes.
Okay.
The
I
unit
feel like
with
that
the-
should be a Pee Wee Herman type thing where we have like a
Yeah.
banners drop down when somebody says
Cut glass.
Because they showed the
Basic word.
infiltrator unit with the sword, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
fuck yes!
shit, yeah.
He can cloak, or he
That
can
looks
fucking
amazing.
he can. I can't remember what one of his things was, but I think he can like move and attack in the same fucking turn or some shit like that. Like further, I know you can move and attack depending on where you move.
Yeah.
I mean, XCOM makes me like a masochist. I'm like, oh yeah, be unfair to me more. It's so good.
Oh, and you can
Oh
carry
yeah.
your units now, and
Oh, that's right.
you can select drop zones. Like you don't have to go to one specific extraction point because the enemy reinforcements will sometimes come in behind you and cut you off from your extraction point. So
Oh yeah.
you can pick up down guys. So it's not like, oh, fucking fuckface is dead or down.
Fuckface? Is
I have to waste my time
is that
He,
how
to
he
go
you
learned
all.
not to name people after family
is that how
members.
you name your units, man?
No, I usually let the game name them. I usually name like my like one or two main dudes that I stick with, like usually my snipers that are fucking godly,
Yeah.
and then I usually let the game name the rest of them.
God, snipers used to be the
Speaking
key
of
to that
which,
game.
Sean, every game of XCOM I have played yet, you have just been like the best medic I could ask for.
Oh, now that because I played XCOM before, not before I met you, but I played Enemy Unknown before I thought to name anybody after anybody I knew.
Yeah.
But that's definitely what my plans are now. Whenever I can name people, is to name them after people that I know, which is in XCOM Declassified in the Bureau.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so worried about everybody
Yeah.
because one of them was Ron, one of them was Jeff, one of them was you. I was like, all right, fuck. Ron's down. Fuck, I gotta go pick him up, or if
Jeff was a
he
hell of
dies for
a.
good.
No, no, wait. You were the sniper, I think, in that one. Did I have you a sniper? Or did I have you in the bureau? I think you were one of my snipers, and you were like
See,
fucking awesome.
when I have Luke in a game, I'm like, oh, Luke's gonna die. Fuck him, and like I just leave.
The only game you have me in is Darkest Dungeon, and you said I've been stubbornly surviving way too long.
Oh no, because Sean, do you have a XCOM on the PC or just on the console?
I have it on. I have Enemy Within on the Xbox 360, and I have Enemy Unknown on the PC.
Ooh, we should play multiplayer.
That's
And
only adversarial, right?
I can name a. It's like yeah, it's against each other. But I can name one of my characters after Luke, and you can kill him.
The finer
on
things
that-
in life. Fuck
on
both
that note-
y'all.
On that note, guys, I kind of gotta go.
Are you belling out now on this one?
Yeah. Well,
This is
I mean,
earlier than you
it's
quoted,
pretty-
mate.
it's. I said like 8:15, and it's like 8:21
Oh
now.
fuck! I
so.
forgot 8 your time. I was thinking 8
Yeah.
my time.
Mm.
All right. Well, me and Roger are gonna polish this one off. Don't worry. We've put in quite a bit of time into
That
this
sounded
already.
that
so-
sounded pretty homo.
You're pretty homo.
The opposite, but that's fine.
You're homo pretty.
Oh God.
All right, Sean. Detach from the nipple here. We'll we'll
I
finish this out.
I'll more than likely be back on. I can't guarantee that I'll be back on, but
Okay.
I 75% chance I'll be back
Ron
on.
said he should be around later.
I thought you were
why
gonna
are we
like.
doing this on the podcast? Ron said he should be around later for GTA. Just hit me up when you get back.
All right, man.
Later.
And hey, anybody else that has anybody that's listening, if you have suggestions about what you want to hear or talk about, I guess leave a comment on in the YouTube comments, maybe. I
Leave
guess.
a comment in the YouTube. If you have us on Facebook, drop us there. I mean, we have a Facebook. We have a Twitter. Just
You
hit us
probably
up
know
wherever.
us. Just give us a text.
You probably
'Cause
right
we-
now, if you're watching, you probably know us in person. So come up to me at work and be like, "Hey, asshole," and then I'll.
Because
slap
we're definitely all intelligent individuals, but we don't sit around thinking about topics to come up with. So
you.
We
no.
try, but it doesn't work.
yeah,
We try,
yeah, we do.
and obviously sometimes it rambles into filling conversations.
Just
but
waiting for the hey asshole, you didn't talk about not mentioning Kojima in interviews anymore.
And I guess I will. Yeah,
all right,
I'll be back.
Sean signing out on this one.
Peace out.
All right. Well, Roger, I only had a couple of other things I really wanted to talk about before we ended this one today. Anyway, first and foremost, for anybody out there who's listening, about this release, or the day we were recording this is the 10th of July, 2015. So if you haven't looked yet, there's actually a full Magic the Gathering game for iOS. I'm not sure if it's on Android. I haven't been able to get anybody to look for me.
There is one for Android, but I'm not sure if it's the same one.
What's it called? Is it called Magic Duels?
I believe so. I was
Okay.
talking to Chaz about it.
Okay, then it might be on Android as well. Folks listening in. For a fucking long time, we've kind of all been making do with these half-assed other collectible card games and shit like that. And now the real deal has an iOS release, so and apparently possibly an Android release as well. So by all means, give it a look, see all that. But I did want to announce that. Because that just popped up like the other day. Also, there was a game I started playing, and I don't know how many people are going to be familiar with where I'm going with this. Way back when I was in high school, actually. Which would have been, no, I don't know, fucking 11 years ago.
1972.
Yeah, 11, 12 years ago. Um, there was a PC game that a bunch of us came across called Little Fighter. I don't know if
Oh
anybody
my
out there. Oh,
God!
you know what Little
Yes,
Fighter is?
yes. Little Fighter is amazing.
Okay, yeah, I
It's how you
absolutely agree.
ignored class. It was so
Yeah,
good.
Little Fighter was fucking awesome. It was a side-scrolling beat 'em up, done by I think one or two guys, and it was really fucking cool. Very well designed for what it was. Lot of variety between the characters and all that, so it was really cool. The reason I bring this up is the main guy behind it has just released, at least on iOS, and you're probably going to want to look into this, Roger, to see if it's on Android, a game called Hero Fighter X, which is a pseudo sequel. In that it's the same style of game, a whole new set of heroes and characters to choose from, and a ton of missions. And I've been playing it recently. Really, really good, especially for a handheld game. I don't really like virtual on-screen controller games for my phone, but this one I've been just playing the shit out of. So really, really good. I think I lost Rogers. You guys are
No,
stuck.
what
Oh
what
no,
was
okay.
it called? Hero.
Hero Fighter X. I'm
Oh,
gonna wait.
oh, wait.
They got
Yeah, it's on Android
okay, there you
for
go.
free.
On Android. Now, when it says free, I'm gonna warn everybody who gets it. You get the beginning opening part for free. It's like the first 8 to 10 missions. It's a good sizable chunk. It's like $5, $6 for the full release, which is 300 plus stages and like 25 heroes to choose from. It's a packed game for what the price he charges. So, I definitely recommend it. I did grab it, and yeah, I just wanted to anybody who's familiar with that little niche game out back in the past. His new game on mobile's fucking awesome, and I definitely recommend you guys check it out. I can't think of anything else I wanted to cover on this. Roger, did you have anything you wanted to pipe in here on?
Did you know more about that whole thing of again not mentioning Kojima in interviews?
I'm not actually sure what it is you're talking about.
Yeah, like Konami was like, yeah, just don't talk about him in interviews. Like they don't want people asking questions.
Well, probably because they're getting shit on from every angle because the guy who's been keeping their company afloat, they forced out.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know much about it, but if I had to guess, I forgot Surgeon Simulator was on iOS as well. If I had to guess, it would just be they're trying to avoid hearing about it anymore. It's just the whole don't talk about it. You know, we're gonna move on in our own direction regardless. But I mean, to be fair, I haven't been. Oh, the other thing I was gonna mention. Jesus, how could I forget? So I don't know how many people are familiar with it, and it's kind of definitely a niche title. Way back on the original DS, there was a game called 999, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. It was a visual novel. Very good one. I don't want to really spoil anything for anybody who hasn't played these games, but it was essentially kind of like I hate to compare it to this because it's way better, but it was kind of like a Saw-esque game where a bunch of people were trapped with explosives attached in a watch attached to their wrist. Well, actually, no. Was it the explosives? Yes. Okay. Yes. In the first game, it was explosives. They had a detonator in their wrist and like a neck thing, and it would blow them up if they didn't play the game. And they basically had to figure out how to get out. And it was like this big mystery thing, visual novel, really well written. If anybody's familiar, the guy who designed this series is the same guy who did I think it was Ever 17, an old visual novel that was also really trippy in the head, like 999 was. Very good game, and 999 got a sequel on the 3DS and Vita called Zero Escape: Virtue's Last Reward, which was a polished, very polished sequel to that game in a lot of ways. Smoothed out of a lot of the jankier things with the first title. Also very good game, and it was supposed to be a trilogy, and these games came out like these were almost launched for the Vita and the 3DS. So this was a few years ago, and finally they announced that the third game is getting made. It should be out next year, Be 3DS and Vita again for the finale of this trilogy. So anybody who is familiar with that or who likes visual novels and has somehow never played them, the trilogy is finally getting completed, which I'm super excited about because I'm a huge fan of the series. Definitely recommend you check it out. That was, I think, the only other thing I wanted to mention. Roger, you got anything for the folks at home before we might call this one a little shorter?
That if you're looking forward to Fallout Shelter, it might actually be coming out on Android in August.
Yes, I stopped playing Fallout Shelter, actually.
What did you not like about it? Why did you stop?
It's not that I didn't like anything about it. It's those type of games don't hold my interest for very long. Anything that I have to check back on daily or is not even daily but segmented like that just because other stuff, work, real life gets in the way, I eventually just stopped playing them. Not even out of I liked Fallout Shelter a lot. I couldn't keep up with it, and so I stopped playing.
Wouldn't it be amazing if when you went back to it a month later, there's only one survivor left and he was eating the other ones?
Well, the only ones who were dead were you and Jeff because I'd left you out exploring the wasteland, and I just revived you, called you home, and then deleted the game.
Fuckers. Yeah. You're gonna come back and Jeff's gonna be eating his wife.
Yeah, right.
They're
not even married. They had a child out of wedlock. Jeff, you fucking dog.
to propagate the race.
Yeah, whatever. But Fallout Shelter's good. Don't let my words just wait. It's just not a game I can keep up with. Gotta remember when Chaz asked me how my shelter was doing, and I was like, I haven't looked in 4 days.
I don't know.
Oh, I had been playing Batman, and I just been playing Batman the whole time, and I completely forgot I had anything else on my plate. And yeah, it was pretty fucking crazy. But people were still alive. Nobody was too dead. You got to give them credit for that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's another thing randomly to check out. Do you ever play Machinarium?
I'm sorry, pronounce that again?
Machinarium? Machinarium?
Machinarium. I did not. I heard things about it, but I did not ever play it.
For a point and click, it's pretty dope. If any of you want to check out an old kind of style point and click, that's definitely.
Oh yeah, I recently came across. Speaking of point and clicks, Machinarium, I do remember now. I looked into because I actually am a fan of point and clicks. I just never played it. But that being said, there was a point and click series I came across that I do recommend for people. It's actually pretty well written. Called the Blackwell games, the Blackwell series. I think the first one is Blackwell Legacy, Blackwell Deception. You can't miss them. Actually, really cool premise for the games, and they're very solidly made. I actually recommend you check them out. Pretty awesome. Oh, and speaking of point clicks, King's Quest coming soon. The new King's Quest game. You heard about that, right, Roger?
New King's Quest game? No.
Yeah. They've already got it in the coming soon titles on the Xbox Live Store, man. It's coming to everything, and it's right around the corner. I think it's the 29th or the 27th, something like that, of this month. It's literally right around the corner, which is super fucking awesome. But yeah, all you point and click fans, we're right there with you. Grim Fandango got released on iOS about 2 months ago. For those of you who somehow missed that as well.
And it was on the Steam sale for the longest time too.
Yep.
And for you PC fans, if you need something completely pointless, try Cat Goes Fishing. It's $7. It's a little ridiculous game that has no point at all.
Most
you
of the
catch
stuff,
fish.
Most
you're
of the
a
stuff
cat.
we play is like that, to be fair. But go ahead.
You catch fish. You're a cat. Rinse, repeat.
Fair enough. Oh, also, while we're talking about picking shit up and all that, if you happen to listen to this within the time frame of its release, as I said, we're recording this on the 10th of July. Should be up in a couple of days. Right now, the Xbox Live Summer Sale is going on, at least on the Xbox One, and there are some pretty solid deals. I grabbed, personally, Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition. That would be the edition with all the DLC and additional weapons and missions and shit. $20 for the total package. Pretty solid deal. Shadow of Mordor was $20. Battlefield and Battlefield Hardline were bundled together and had pretty cheap, like $30. There's a good amount of solid shit on that. All the Telltale games are on sale. Definitely check it out
Yeah.
if you do happen to listen to this within the time frame. Basically, the few people I'm going to be sending you a message about this being up. If you happen to listen to this within time frame, check your Xboxes, man. There's some good shit going on right now.
Yeah, the way to buy the Telltale games isn't a sale too, because
Yeah,
it is a choose your own adventure book, so you don't want to spend too much on it. But they are good stories.
yeah. Like I got Wolf Among Us for like $17, I think.
Yeah.
Not during the sale. I got it a while back, but basically, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of all we've got for you this week. I don't know if Roger had anything else he wanted to talk about, but we knew it was gonna be a short one, so we just wanted to whet your appetites for whatever's next. Um, that being said, hopefully we should have Jeff back in a week or two. Just some real life getting in the way, as I mentioned before, of the stupid shit we do. So he should hopefully be back soon, and Roger's back, and Sean dutifully, even when real life gets in the way for him, shows up. So we got all that going for you. In the meantime, we're gonna let you go for now. I'm gonna stop drawing this out. Any final thoughts for the crowd, Roger?
Yes. Where can people find you, Luke?
Oh God, how could I forget? I forgot this last week too, I think. First off, for those of you who haven't heard this little spiel before, we do live stream this podcast. It is live streamed at Roger's Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/GGRogerV.
Yes,
Right
it
now
is.
we are actually live on there for maybe all of 2 people, if there's even anybody in it. We may not have gotten anybody this time.
Yes, I am Roger, and I am a cat, and I am fishing.
And Roger's apparently fishing as a cat, so there's that. And Jeff and I do occasionally stream. Jeff actually, last weekend, I believe, streamed his most recent pay-per-view on his WWE Universe. That's what he's usually streaming. So if you're a wrestling fan, you can check him out at twitch.tv/subliminalseg, which I'm only going to pronounce it correctly when he's not here, just to piss him off. That link will be in the description as well. And also, you can find me streaming occasionally. I haven't done it recently, but I mostly do Jackbox and occasionally some new games on the Xbox One a lot of the time. You'll find me twitch.tv/rockingmonk. I'll put that in the description as well. And for those of you who might be listening on the stream, as I'm going to start doing every week, you can find the recording of this as well as the recording of all of our other podcasts and all the other shit we've done as a collective on the Filthy Casuals YouTube. And that is youtube.com/special set of skills. You can find a couple of full playthroughs as well as the occasional clip show and random bullshit that we did. Especially in the random bullshit category, there's a fair amount of stuff from GTA where you can tell we were bored. So by all means, check that out too if you've only been catching us on the live stream. We do other shit. That being said, I'm gonna bid you all adieu until next week. Bye bye.
Good one.